The news broke out last week. Mike Tyson is fighting Jake Paul. That's right. Mike Tyson is returning to the ring. And now we get some footage of Mike Tyson training for the Jake Paul fight, apparently. And maybe even more important than that, we might have just found out a little bit about the rules that they're going to use in the fight. And it's making people have a whole lot of criticism about this bout that we're going to get on July the 20th on Netflix. Welcome back to the channel. Coach here on this one, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Hit that subscribe button and all that jazz. So here we go. Iron Mike's back. Tyson training footage sparks Jake Paul buzz. And this is the apparent trading footage that has been released. Mike Tyson training right now. And some people have said some crazy things about this footage. And I'm going to read you those comments in just a moment. He looks good to me. He looks sharp to me. How long is he going to be able to go? And more importantly, what are the rules going to be for this fight? Looks great for a 58-year-old. I know for a fact I wouldn't want to fight him. Just look at that. That's classic Tyson. Low, bent knees, head moving, all kinds of pressure that he puts on his opponent. That's what he's doing here. And if he fights in his style, which we know that that's the only way that he fights, this is going to be a very entertaining bout between him and Jake Paul for sure. Another thing is we know that Mike Tyson's not the best at sparring because he fights on the inside. He throws very powerful punches. And Jake Paul, I've never seen spar. Jake Paul tries to knock everybody he fights out. Go look at all 10 of his fights. None of those were quote unquote exhibition bouts. So, Tyson is looking very, very sharp in this footage. If in fact, this is what it says that it is, training footage for his fight on July 20th against internet sensation Jake Paul, a amateur turned professional fighter. Now, a report that comes out after this footage erupted. Boxing fans claim Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson will be elderly abuse as new footage emerges. Boxing fans have slammed the prospect of 57-year-old Mike Tyson fighting Jake Paul in a heavyweight bout this summer, with one claiming it's going to be elderly abuse. Oh my goodness, they're really saying this. Tyson, who last fought during an exhibition against Roy Jones in November 2020, will be 58 when he goes in the ring. Meanwhile, yes, we know Jake Paul will be 27 years old. Despite Tyson being 30 years older than Paul, the duo will go glove to glove in Texas in July. However, fans have already made their mind up who is going to come out on top. This is a clip that has emerged on social media of Tyson, who retired from professional boxing. And you saw the clip already. You already saw the footage that they're talking about. Tyson showed off some of his signature moves and looked sharp, even if he was understandably a little off the pace compared to some of his former self. Well, of course, he's slower, but he's still fast. However, in response to the video, fans could not help but criticize the idea of Tyson jumping back into the ring and face Paul later this summer. One eagle-eyed fan said, "One clean shot and Tyson will go down. No actual boxer who respects the sport would try to make a name out of a 58-year-old legend." Well, one clean shot and anybody could go down, so that one's a given. A second admitted this is so wrong, even though Tyson is a boxing great and Paul is a YouTuber. He's 57. This shouldn't be happening. How is it? Well, I don't think that it shouldn't be happening. Do I have big question marks? Of course I do. Mike Tyson is going to be 58 years old. But I also think if Mike Tyson shows up to fight, Jake Paul might be in serious trouble. He looks amazing for a 50-plus-year-old man. Don't let this fool you. He shouldn't be getting in the ring with Jake Paul, no matter how bad you think Paul is. Mike does not look good. Mike looks fantastic. And then someone else said, "It's just not right, man. It's going to be elderly abuse, but they will have an agreement to make sure it doesn't get too embarrassing." That is total speculation, and I am going to say dead wrong. And then something I've noticed about all of these Tyson videos is he can't duck too low anymore. Well, he might not be in the footage, but I'm sure he can if he wants to. Anyways, it's just crazy to me that people are, saying it's a given. This is a payday for Mike Tyson. He has no chance. He's going to lose. And maybe I got rose-colored blinders on, but if Mike Tyson wants to knock Jake Paul out, he will. He is a genetic, athletic freak We've people like him coming along once in a lifetime. Jake Paul, I mean, he's a normal 27-year-old athletic young man who's learning how to fight still. But Mike Tyson is a whole nother monster, even at his age. Now, apparently, the rules, none of this has been released. A British heavyweight, Derek Chisora, is not impressed after hearing what the rules will be for the Summer Showdown. And here's what he had to say. Derek Chisora, British heavyweight, says, the rules are a effing joke. I know for a fact they are using 18-ounce gloves and head guards, if I'm not mistaken. What does that even mean? I know for a fact they are using 18-ounce gloves and head guards. And then he says, if I'm not mistaken. So you don't know for a fact because you're saying you might be mistaken. And none of this has been released. We don't know if that is in fact the agreement. I don't want to see him wearing headgear. I don't want to see him wearing, big gloves either to slow down the punches and make them less powerful. Let them fight. And people saying that this is an exhibition, which means there can't be a knockout. Oh, there can be a knockout. It just means that you don't win. That's what the exhibition means. People get that totally confused when they're talking about exhibition. No, Mike Tyson can still knock him out in an exhibition. It just means that the fight will be considered a draw, even if Jake Paul gets knocked out. That's the rules, folks. And they got to do certain things to avoid being sanctioned, making it an actual real fight. No commission on earth is gonna officially commission this fight with a 58-year-old Mike Tyson. They're just not going to do that in any way. That's my opinion anyways. So anyways, let me know what you think about these proposed rules and what you think about that Mike Tyson footage. We'll keep you guys updated on all this. We are your Echo Base Network. See you guys on the next one.